Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, and we are talking about Community Day because it is a duo here, Sandshrew, both the regular Kanto region and the Alolan, both having evolutions that are getting moves. So Sandshrew, evolve Sandshrew into Sandslash to get the Night Slash, which is 50 power, and then you have your Alolan, which gets the fast move of Shadow Claw. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run this analysis using the PvPoke simulations and just kind of look at uh, what it looks like these matchups against the meta in the Great League and the Ultra League. I'll do Master League, but I'm going to tell you right now I don't expect anything from the Master League. Now, there's one thing that you need to look about in this analysis right here, and it comes to Sandslash because Sandslash right now the main moves are Earthquake and Rock Tomb, which is what I mentioned in my video yesterday was what I expected. So Night Slash is a bait move. And when you run PvPoke analysis, you can always see bait shields with low energy moves is on. So maybe what I'll do is I'll run it one off, one on, because what you're going to see is when you run it on, PvPoke assumes that you throw the Night Slash bait, like you're faking that you're going to do an Earthquake. You throw the Night Slash bait, they shield, and then you land the nuke when their shields are down. So I think Sandslash will pick up a lot of matchups, but it's going to be because you are just baiting and they faked out all the time and they call the bait, like they call it shield, and then you can nuke, as opposed to like Rock Tomb, Earthquake, which are like high energy moves, takes a while to get to, and that's how you probably don't see a lot of Sandslashes because there's other ground Pokemon with quicker charge moves. And then Shadow Claw is the only difference here. And Shadow Claw is an insanely great fast move. Powder Snow is a pretty good fast move too, but Shadow Claw is like one of the best in the game. So I'm interested to see, I haven't run this analysis yet. I'm interested to see what the difference is here. So what you're going to see here is, so you have on the top here, you have your Powder Snow, Sandslash, and then your Shadow Claw Sandslash. And then down here you have your like full move, and then you have the one with the Night Slash bait. So we'll just kind of do both of these side by side because I don't want to like, you know what? Okay, let's just actually start with the, let's actually do one at a time. Let's focus on these two. So what is the difference between Shadow Claw? Well, say like, this is an obvious one that you still beat Altaria, but like, because you're not throwing the super effective moves, you don't do as well there. But here we go. Azu, you pick up the Azu matchup. Actually, before I do that, what you need to do is you need to go to, where is the maximize, or oh, there you go. Max stat products. So you go max stat products there, and you go max stat products there. So this will assume that everyone has the rank 1. And see, that I was about to say, that changes the Azu matchup, right? Because if an Azu has super bulk, so we'll start with the Shadow Claw. So Shadow Claw just makes this Sandslash matchup, the Azu matchup, much better. If they don't have optimal IVs, you will take that matchup, as you saw it was there before. But if they have optimal IVs, you still lose, but as you can see, it's much closer. It looks like you flip the Coffagrigus matchup, which makes sense because you're now heading for super effective with the Shadow Claws. Deox, you still lose because you're weak to counter, but you don't lose as bad because at least you're clawing a bit. Drapion, yeah, because it's now resisted claws instead of neutral, you still win, but by less. Greedent, you lose, same thing, because Greedent is normal, so you lose, instead of hitting for neutral, you're now hitting for a loss. A little more on Hypno, so it's expected, right? So you flip the Lapras matchup, which makes sense. You lose the Lickitung matchup, which makes sense. So basically what it's going to come down to with this is what you pair it with, because as you can see, you are going to lose more in the darks and normal matchup because the darks and normal will resist Shadow Claw. So your fast move damage is not doing as much anymore. So those matchups are going to get much worse. On the other hand, as you can see, like Lapras, so anything that like would have resisted the ice, it is now hitting neutral with a pretty fast move. You can now flip that matchup. Meganium as same thing, like you were hitting super effective, you're now hitting normal. Mew, exactly. So now it's a Psychic. So now, like, you pick up Psychic matchup. So like Hypno Deox does better. Um, you'll do better there. And so that's the trade-off, right? Um, you lose the Pidgeot match because Pidgeot is half normal. So you actually lose quite a few matchups with the Shadow Claw. In fact, 25 and 30 versus 24, 31. So you actually technically lose a matchup in the Great League with that. The difference is like the matchups that you lose. So if you want the Shadow Claw Sandslash in the Great League, it'll greatly depend on your team comp. So now let's look at this. And this is what you're going to see. I expect, um, sorry if you can hear the crying baby. I'll have to play this back to see how much because he's been crying pretty hard for the last couple minutes here. Um, so what you see here is what I think you're going to see a lot. You're going to see some slight upticks because you're getting to bait more and get to moves as opposed to landing them. But for the most part, we have not flipped anything. Like I said, it's a bit closer here. You flip the Deox matchup. I guess the Deox matchup is actually a nice one because the Night Slashes are super effective. So you'll flip the Deox one. You'll do a bit better with Dugong because of the bait. Um, so like you're not picking up a ton of matchups here. You're just doing slightly better. Just looking. It looks like you pick up a Jellicent. Makes sense. And that's where the Night Slash is going to come in, right? When you can just quick against like Psychic or Ghost Pokemon, that you can do a little chip damage here. You lose against Mandibuzz again because you lost your. I'm running Earthquake on this, so if you lose the Rock Tomb, you lose that only thing that you can throw at it. You lose Ninetales because again you don't have the Rock move. You pick up Obstagoon. Again, you pick up Obstagoon because of the bait, right? You're not picking up Obstagoon for anything else. You need to bait this move. So let's actually just look at records because it doesn't look like you are doing much better overall here. 18 to 37 versus 18 to 36. Right. So for the most part, it's not useful at all. And I bet you that 1836 goes down when you get rid of this baiting. So 18 and 36. So basically that's saying they will not fall for the bait and you go for 11 and 44. So that's basically saying you're not going to call the bait. And same thing with up here. Well, that one doesn't matter as much, but so if they don't call the bait and you just go for the nukes, it's even. Which you can't do it. You can't do that analysis straight up like that because it does make sense. But that is just to show like um, the baiting comes into play with a lot of these matchups here. So for the most part, um, Great League, not a ton here. Alolan, you do it for Shadow Claws if you want a certain type of team, right? If like if certain type of Pokemon are banned, like maybe Shadow Claw is better to use. And then this in Great League, I would not use that at all. Now let's go with the, can I do, where is my Master League? Oh, it's because I got to flip this. So Ultra League. So Ultra League, level 40. Let's just do the open Ultra League meta. Uh, max IVs, max IVs. Okay. So let's start with the top because I'm Shadow Claw again. So Bronzong, obviously Psychic. It's going to be the same thing, right? You're going to pick up those Ghosts and Ghost and Psychic, but you're going to do worse against like Grass and you'll do better against Ice too, but you'll do worse against Grass and you'll do worse against Darks, right? So not changing. Again, you do a bit better against Cresselia. You pick up the Glade matchup again, which makes sense because it's a Psychic. Uh, lose Greedent again, that's a normal. Pick up Jellicent, right? So this is basically what we're seeing in the Great League as well, right? You're doing better against, you do worse against the Nidoqueen because you're not hyper super effective with the Powder Snows. So you pick up some matches, you lose some matches. Looks like you're picking up a little more than you are losing. So I'm guessing that if I go to the end here, yeah, you pick up one match, right? So again, it will be dependent. And look at, I can already show you down here. You actually lose 5 more matches with the Sandslash. And it's because Night Slash is such a bad move. And you now lost your rock type move for these Pokemon. You can see right here, Togekiss, Talonflame. So you just lost your rock type, even Swampert, which makes no sense why you would beat Swampert with a Rock Tomb. Oh, because I guess the Rock Tomb would lower their attack Like that's the only thing I can think of. But for the most part, no, it's garbage. So, moral of the story, like I'll throw in Master League. I'm almost positive Master League is not going to matter. Actually, first, let's just run the Premier Classic because maybe that'll. Um, yeah, you still just pick up a one here, and it's an evenish matchup, right? So, still even there. And then we'll flip to Master League, but I cannot imagine either of these are going to have play in the Master League meta. Yeah, 9 and 31. You would do worse. Okay, so not worth discussing, right? So, moral of the story is Community Day. Is it worth getting both of them? Sure. Um, I'd focus on the Alolan Sandslash, and I would focus on getting one that you would build a team around differently. That you need to pick up, like if you're weak to Ghost or Dark, not Ghost. I keep saying Dark. Ghost or Psychic with your other Pokemon, having the Shadow Claw instead of the Powder Snow is probably better. So happy hunting. Good luck. This isn't going to be like a Walrein one, right? You can theoretically get by without this community day because these don't pick up enough matchups for it to be worth it. Like they're going to be worth it in certain teams and certain metas if you can like um if certain Pokemon are banned. Like if darks are banned, right? If you're in a tournament where darks are banned, then having that Shadow Claw fast move is probably going to pick you up even more wins, right? Because most of your losses or normals banned, like stuff that Ghost fast move does bad against, if those Pokemon are banned, then the Sandslash will do better, right? So you always want to make sure you do have a good one because you may get a certain meta or certain tournament that you're in where those typings are banned, and then your Shadow Claw Sandslash will do much better. So that is it. Good luck. Happy hunting, and I will see you guys in the next one.